back to the Blissful Heart channel. I am Desiree Lee, here to give you your weekly bliss fix, specifically for twin flames on the 3D physical plane for the week of September 29th to October 5th, 2017. Hi, welcome back to my channel, to all my subscribers, and for anyone that's new, I do twin flame readings for both the 5D spiritual plane for twins and little to no communication, and the 3D physical plane for twins and more constant communication working towards union. I find that a lot of people are kind of in a stage of limbo, and so I always say if you feel comfortable watching both, then watch both and take whatever resonates with you away from it. Most of my readings are catered towards like the majority of viewers, and I find that that some of the messages may not resonate, and it's up to you as a divine feminine on this journey to use your intuition to guide you into what feels appropriate. I know that it's easy to get excited about the idea of union, but recognize what's actually happening in your union and take that away with you. I want to thank everybody that has ordered readings from me in terms of patience. For most of you, you know that I have come into full physical union with my twin, and it has definitely interrupted my schedule, and I'm learning how to balance my schedule better. So I thank you for your patience. I know my readings aren't coming out consistently right now. I plan on that changing in the next month or so. This Friday, I am going in for my second surgery for this uterine fibroid, and after that, I feel that my life is going to definitely hit a smoother stride. Because as most of you know, my uterine fibroid is so large that it's been causing me a lot of physical health issues. So I'm just doing the best I can, and I appreciate your patience. Also, if you aren't currently subscribed to my channel, you should subscribe, because you submit your energy into the readings and empower these readings to reach the larger collective. So I appreciate everybody that already is subscribed, and if you haven't, please click the subscribe button below. Also, I do offer a free 25-minute reading through the Instagram challenge that I offer every month. And, it's super important that if you are participating in that, I will comment on the image that wins with the email address that I want you to email me at. And if I don't receive your email within 30 days of the win, it becomes null and void. So if you really are participating and you want to take advantage of that win when you win, make sure that you email me with the information that I need. Let's see. I also am still currently offering a 10% discount on all my readings and celebration of my union. So 10% discount valid till 10/10, October 10th. So even though you may not be able to order your reading right away, because I did block off some time for my surgery recovery, know that if you put that order in before October 10th, you will still get that 10% discount. So you want to take advantage of that. And we have the full moon on October 5th. And this full moon is suggesting passion and intensity, like a fate versus free will type of energy, some communication of feelings, and possibly delving into delusion or paranoia. Sounds exciting, right? Definitely from the research I've done, I've definitely been picking up on some challenging energy with this full moon. And, it's nothing new to us twin flames. We're familiar with challenging energy. I did just finish the 5D reading, and I definitely am seeing a branching out taking place. And this is pretty much standard with portal openings. We have a portal opening where there's an opportunity for significant shifts to take place in our union. And, I feel that now there's an opportunity for you to recognize where you're at in your journey. I always say just because you're not in union right now doesn't mean that things couldn't miraculously shift. However, it's so important for you to stay on your path as a soul, and not to get too caught up with obsession. Yeah. So all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a look at the overall energy of twin flames on the 3D physical plane for the week of September 29th to October 5th. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. New beginnings, card 1. Ooh, that's exciting. And then I'm going to pull from the Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light angel deck, and ask the angels of love and light what message they would like to deliver twin flames on the 3D plane for the week of September 29th to October 5th. Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Beautiful. And then for our third card, I'm going to pull from the Christiane Northrup's Women's Body, Women's Wisdom. I'm going to ask the angels of love and light what message they would like to deliver twin flames on the 3D, September 29th to October 5th. Enlightened heart and mind. Flexibility within structure. Ooh, such a pretty card. Okay, so let's pull those cards up on the screen. We have 1, New Beginnings, Lady Portia, Divine Order, and Enlightened Heart and Mind, Flexibility within Structure. I mean, all these cards are definitely talking about a big shift. I do feel that, New Beginnings is suggestive of, coming into more union. I do feel that some 5D'ers have made that transition into the 3D space. And then a lot of 3D'ers are kind of in a space of recognizing that full physical union isn't happening just yet, but there's new beginnings in the relationship with their divine counterpart. So whatever the case is, I'm feeling like there's a reset switch taking place. And this is what I picked up on in the 5D as well. There's like a fresh new start happening. And for divine feminines, this could mean, taking some new ground in terms of your own spiritual work and mission work and love of self. And that message came through in the 5D as well. I'm hearing it here now. We have this Lady Portia, divine order. So do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And so I do feel that, as a divine feminine in the 3D, if you haven't taken the time to kind of like set some ground rules for yourself and some boundaries with your divine counterpart, that it's time, in terms of, manifesting union. Part of the journey is the divine feminine respecting herself enough to say things that she feels might scare her twin away. And I say that with like the catalyst of like, make sure that you're following your intuition and that you're not doing it out of a space of fear, but out of a space of love and love of self. I do feel that there are some like boundaries that need to be set. And there's like a big shift taking place. And it kind of feels like a shift in power, if you want to say it that way, but like the divine feminine's kind of recognizing that she is amazing or he is amazing and has a lot to offer. And then with the enlightened heart and mind card, the 3, flexibility within structure, this card is suggesting like to acknowledge the lessons that have been taught to you from people that have been where you've been. So I see it kind of as like looking at wisdom from others that have been in where you've been, that aren't there now. And then also to kind of evaluate your own lessons and experience and use your intuition in terms of moving forward. It's interesting. I'm not going to be able to know more until I get into the heart, mind, action space here. But I do feel that the divine feminine is again stepping into a new space of power and self-love and self-confidence. And for a lot of divine feminines, that means laying down some structure in terms of boundaries with her divine counterpart. So we're going to go ahead and move into the heart, mind, action space. And I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart to look at the heart space of the Divine Masculine 3D for the week of September 29th to October 5th. Ooh, jumping out. Ooh, 16, rebuild. This has been showing up for a lot of my privates. And then the heart space of the 3D Divine Feminine is card 7, seek the truth. Interesting. Okay. And then in the mental space, the Divine Masculine 3D, September 29th to October 5th, he has find balance. And then for the mental space of the Divine Feminine 3D, September 29th to October 5th, she has blossom, card 20. For the action space of the Divine Masculine 3D, September 29th to October 5th, we have 4, just breathe. And then for the action of the Divine Feminine 3D, she's showing up with strengthening bonds, card 1. Interesting. Okay. So then we're going to go to the Thelema Tarot and look to them to echo or add on to the messages of the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So in the heart space, the 3D Divine Masculine is showing up with the Tower Rebuild energy. And 4, the Emperor. Beautiful. That's a really good sign. And then the Divine Feminine 3D heart space has Seek the Truth. And 8, Strength. Ooh. And King of Wands. 3 cards for the Divine Feminine in the heart. That's really good. Okay, and then the Divine Masculine's mental space, 3D, he has Find Balance and 18, the Moon. And then the Divine Feminine has 20, Blossom, and 6 of Wands. Lots of fire over here. And then for the action space, the 3D Divine Masculine has 4, Just Breathe, and 4 of Pentacles. That's a double 4. And then the Divine Feminine has Strengthening Bonds in the action, and Queen of Wands. There's another Wands. Goodness. Okay. And then for our final card, I'm going to use the Lightworkers Oracle for the Twin Flames on the 3D plane for the week of September 29th to October 5th. Angels of Truth, Love, and Light. What message? Whoa, goodness. Cards are so sticky. What message would you like to deliver these Twin Flames? Thank you, thank you, thank you. 33, Master Healing. Beautiful. What an amazing looking card. I don't think I've worked with this one. All right, so I'm going to sit with the cards and I will be right back. Okay, so I've had a moment to sit with the cards and, you know, I definitely am feeling like this big reset switch. I keep seeing like notches on a ladder and like we're kind of like in this new evolution of the Twin Flame journey. And this applies to both the 5D and the 3D, but there's like a reset switch that's taken place. And a lot like a fresh clean slates, new beginnings, okay? So I'm going to pull up the heart space separately because we got 3 cards for the Divine Feminine, but we have 16 Rebuild and 4 the Emperor for the Divine Masculine, 3D heart space. And the Divine Feminine has Seek the Truth, Strength, and King of Wands. Okay, so in the heart space, the Divine Masculine, I feel, is in like a stage of regrouping. And it's so interesting because this is also similar to what I was seeing in the 5D as well. So the Divine Masculine here in the 3D is rebuilding his heart and stepping into the energy of the Emperor, which is like the embodiment of the Divine Masculine. So one of the primary differences I'm seeing right now in terms of 5D, 3D is that the 5D Divine Masculine is like timid and shy and scared, whereas the 3D Divine Masculine is feeling like strong and brave and excited about opening his heart to something that's worthwhile. So I'm feeling like all the Divine Masculines across the board have gone through like a dark night of the soul, or, you know, through the ringer is my favorite analogy. Like I feel like the Divine Masculine has definitely been through some serious, like tumultuous, heart-wrenching energy. And the 3D Divine Masculine is in this space of like, I know what I need to get rid of. I don't want drama anymore. I don't want lies. I don't want to deal with rumors. I want truth. And so the 3D Divine Masculine is stepping up into wanting to be honorable and full of integrity. He wants to be something trustworthy and reliable, and this could be a she as well, of course. But in the heart space of the 3D, the Divine Masculine is strong and courageous and bold, okay? Now, the Divine Feminine in her heart space has Seek the Truth, Strength, and King of Wands. I'm noticing the 7, 8 for the Divine Feminine, but so the 7, Seek the Truth, is the 7 of Swords. And I'm feeling like the Divine Feminine is also kind of having this space of clarity, of like wanting to cut through the lies and really wanting truth and integrity as well. So both the Divine Feminine and Masculine are seeking truth. Now also, the Divine Feminine has the Strength card, which is similar in terms of energy as the Emperor for strength. Like as an overall general energy, both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are feeling strong and courageous and brave. The Divine Feminine also has the King of Wands. So to me, this is suggestive that the Divine Feminine is recognizing that her divine counterpart, or his divine counterpart, is stepping into a space of honesty and integrity. Now, this could mean that your Divine Masculine is like, I can't talk to you right now because I need to get honest and real with myself. And that might be like a cutting off of 3D communication temporarily, okay? But I feel like the Divine Feminine is like wanting to also be in a space of integrity and honesty where she's or he is communicating his or her feelings in a very real level and kind of just being like, look, this is what I want to do, and you know, you are either on board or you're not on board. I respect where you're at, I love you, I support you, but I also respect myself more. Now, in terms of evolution, of coming into full union, that is definitely an energy that the Divine Feminine needs to embody, is one of self-respect and integrity of worth and what he or she deserves, right? And so ultimately, the Divine Feminine is like looking at everything for how it is, right? She or he is like going, I'm going to follow my truth and love myself first. And I see not only, you know, the King of Wands has like a dual message here. One is that the Divine Feminine is seeing that her divine counterpart is a man of integrity and strength and power, of courageous action, but also that the Divine Feminine is embodying some of that divine masculine energy in herself or himself and wanting to create something new and beautiful in her life or his life. So the heart space is incredibly, like I like to call it, courageous love. There's a lot of bravery happening in the heart. Now, we move into the mental space. And the Divine Masculine has 2, Find Balance, and 18, the Moon. And the Divine Feminine has 20, Blossom, and 6 of Wands. So the Divine Masculine in his mental space, again, I mean, it definitely references what I was picking up on in the heart space of like wanting to find some equilibrium, like wanting to get rid of the drama and wanting some stability and some certainty and clarity. And he is doing that by doing some mental reflection. So the Moon card is talking about him pulling back. Again, I really do feel that the 3D Divine Masculines, if you've been in like constant communication with your counterpart, I feel like he might be in a space of silence right now, that he or she is definitely looking to kind of review the choices that he's made or she's made, and how his life has gotten to the state that he's overcoming right now. But I feel like he's definitely having almost like a deeply spiritual moment of, you know, evaluating his or her actions and making him or herself accountable for them. So, I mean, I do see like significant growth for the Divine Masculine mentally here. He's definitely, and you know, I mean, in Spirit's wanting me to mention that Moon energy is very feminine. So there is some Divine Feminine influence coming through mentally. And I do feel that Spirit's wanting me to say that the work that you've done as a Divine Feminine in terms of helping him on this journey, whether you think you have or not, you've definitely contributed to getting him into this space in some way, shape, or form. And then the Divine Feminine has Blossom and 6 of Wands. So I'm seeing mentally the Divine Feminine kind of going, you know what, my union isn't exactly where I was hoping it would be, but that's okay. I can like create all sorts of beautiful things right now. My life is like unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. And in the 6 of Wands is like still protecting this twin flame union, right? So like one of the challenges that we face in this journey is questioning whether or not it's real. And so I'm seeing here that the Divine Feminine is going, I know it's real, even though it's not the relationship that I had hoped it would be at this point in time. I'm not denying it. I recognize that it's true and that it's something that I'm always going to hold in my heart. And I'm also releasing expectations about when it's going to manifest, and I'm committing to myself. So again, in the mental space, the Divine Feminine is assessing her relationship with the idea of twin flames and holding it steady and fast. However, she is not like dedicating her entire thoughts and heart to union. He or she is manifesting the greatest case scenario for him or herself. And one of the things I can't like express enough to you is that in terms of coming into full physical union, it is incredibly vital that the divine feminine is leading the life that she would like to lead once she comes into union, right? So we live as if we are in union. We like aren't holding or waiting for some change, right? We are living our life, whatever, there should be no waiting process here. While I acknowledge the fact that there is obviously some sense of waiting on some level in terms of wanting union, in terms of what you do with your life and your career and where you're headed, like you should never like make changes because you're waiting for something to happen with your divine counterpart. Live your life, okay? And so here in the action space, we have 4 Just Breathe and 4 of Pentacles. We got the double 4 for divine angel guidance in the action space of the divine masculine. And then we have 1 Strengthening Bonds and Queen of Wands for the divine feminine. So, I mean, the divine feminine's got wands all day. She has wands in the heart, mind, and action. That's a lot of fire, creative energy. I feel that the divine feminine is so on fire this week. And here the divine masculine has 4 Just Breathe and 4 of Pentacles. So the 4 Just Breathe is actually the 4 of Swords. So we have some air and earth energy in his action space. And again, it's the same message in the heart, mind, and action. The divine masculine is in a space of evaluating, of reflection, of taking a step back. Okay, so the Just Breathe energy is like connecting with a higher state of consciousness, which was showing up in the mental space as well. I feel that the divine masculine is really gone through something that has forced him or her to really evaluate the consequences, the karmic consequences of his or her actions, and being held accountable for them. And so he's like trying to figure out what is the right thing to do. Okay, and so again, Spirit's just wanting me to mention again that this might mean that he is not communicating with you for a while. And what I always like to tell divine feminines in this case is that it's really a sign of respect when your divine masculine is not trying to draw you into the garbage that he's trying to clean up or fix. So just recognize that it's out of his respect and caring of your feelings that he is not communicating, because he or she is uncertain about what his drive is and where he's going and what his intentions are. And he also has a 4 of Pentacles, which is like evaluating the gifts and tools that he has, recognizing that he does have a treasure chest of things in his lap that he can use to better him or herself. And so I feel like the divine masculine is really planning and plotting this week in terms of like what I'm going to do with the skills and tools I have, where I want to go, what's right, what's in integrity, what's in alignment with my deeper desires. Okay, so even though this doesn't say specifically that the divine masculine is going to communicate with you, I do feel for a smaller percentage of you, like 25% of you, it does mean communication breakthroughs. It does mean that he's going to have that evaluation and contact you. However, I feel like the majority of you, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It could manifest next week, not necessarily this week, but I do feel that the divine masculine is really stepping into a space of acknowledging his karmic consequences. And then the divine feminine has strengthening bonds and Queen of Wands. So I feel that, yes, what I was saying is that for a small percentage of you, there's going to be a communication break of some sort. And I do feel that there's a strengthening of bonds. Now, this could manifest for the divine feminine in terms of strengthening bonds with herself. And then Spirit's like, yes. Like for the majority of the divine feminines, this is a deepening of the divine feminine's relationship with who she is and what she wants, of self-respect and self-love. And of course, this also suggests a deeper communication with the 5D self and God consciousness. And then I'm seeing the divine feminine coming around to like, I am the Queen of Wands. I can manifest anything. I am a creature of abundance and blessings and There's nothing that I can't do. So again, I'm seeing overall, like, it's interesting this week in this reading, the heart, mind, and action space for both divine masculine and divine feminine are very much replicating the same message over and over again. And it is one of strength and growth. It is one of self-love. Like, both divine masculine and divine feminine are moving into a new stage of self-love. Beautiful. So then we look at the Lightworker Oracle, and we have card 33, Master Healing. Now with the threes, I always say it's suggestive of union in terms of divine masculine, divine feminine, and God consciousness, a trinity of three. But let's see what the book has to say about this card. As you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. You become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. The unconditionally loving guide and ascended master Serapis Bey comes to you now with a blessing of master healing to further your success on your path. The Master Serapis Bey is a beloved guide for those who feel a strong soul connection to ancient Egypt, for healers who are developing their own modalities, and those who love to work with high-frequency concepts. He also assists with the translation of spiritual inspiration into practical worldly plans. He comes to confirm that the Ascended Masters are aware of you. You are an integral part of a powerful spiritual team that has taken physical incarnation to help awaken consciousness into love. You are asked to tune into your heart. What do you love enough to overcome any obstacle to attain it? What motivates and inspires you? Now what seems possible or practical, but what is authentic? Not what seems possible or practical, but what seems authentic. We are most powerful when we serve authentically from the heart. A bird might learn how to dive underwater from time to time, but it is never going to be at its most powerful if it has to live underwater. It would struggle to thrive if it were to force itself into such unnatural expressions of its life energy. The bird yearns to fly because that is its divine nature and purpose. You too have divine nature and purpose, and your heart holds the clue. What feels most like you? It is difficult to assess the truth of our own nature when we believe we should live up to the expectations of others. If we are too attached to an outcome or afraid of an answer, we can unintentionally block our perceptive faculties, a spiritual version of sticking our fingers into our ears and shouting, blah, blah, blah. The blessing of Serapis Bey includes his clear flame of divine cleansing light. This can assist us in letting go of whatever blocks us from knowing the truth of our nature. When we are willing to be who we are, the universe can more easily guide us to fulfill our destinies. Serapis Bey will help you to see yourself truthfully. You may gain feedback from others that helps you understand the value of what you share. Or you may simply find it easier to view yourself objectively with a compassionate, appreciative, and discerning inner eye. As you learn and accept who you are, you become a more powerful vibration for masters to put to use in the plan of love. If you have a dream in your heart, know that it has been placed there for a divine purpose. What you dream and desire contains the seed of divinity. It is meant to help attract your life mission and fulfill it with love, joy, creativity, and pleasure. If we are willing to go through what is necessary for an outcome, it will happen for us. The details may appear different from where we imagine they would, but the truth remains. If you ask for something and are willing to go through the process required to have that come to life, it will happen for you. The universe is that generous, unconditionally supportive, and loving of you. It is your creative partner. It will provide you with all that you need to manifest your dreams, desires, and destiny. So we go into the invocation. I ask that you bring your hands in prayer and close your eyes and take a deep breath in and a breath out. And take these words as your own. I call upon loving Master Serapis Bey and his master healing through the clear flame of truth and grace. I ask to know in the perfect time, in the perfect way, according to divine wisdom, the truth in all matters of importance to me in my divine life journey now, including, and you can ask any questions you'd like here. I'll pause. I I ask to be lovingly shown my true nature, my deepest desires, and most inspired dreams. Please help me know myself so that I know how best to live my divine destiny. May all beings on the path of self-knowledge be assisted and supported with unconditional love through my own free will and divine grace. So be it. So be it, so be it, so be it. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Spirit, for blessing all of us on this twin flame journey. May we all show up for our divine mission work in this lifetime and be conduits of love, light, power, and healing energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many, many blessings on your journey. I will talk to you next week. Mwah.